I just saw I was muted. Yeah, it is. It is freaking hot in Topeka. It's super hot right now in Japan. Like, it's not even the worst. Like, it's gonna get warmer. And I can't turn on the AC because it's loud as heck. And you're gonna hear it. Oh, wait, can you hear it if I turn on the AC? Let's check. Let's check if you can hear it. Can you hear that? It's not that loud, right? You know what? I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it. And if it becomes a problem, we'll deal with it. But I wanted to chill out today. I didn't want to play any games. I'm just like kind of tired. Yeah, work was killer today. I hung out with like, I wouldn't say hung out. I had to teach like elementary school today. And, whew, whew, they are very active. And I'm like 29, so I'm like kind of old, you know? Kind of old. I'm getting up there. I don't have the energy I had when I was like freaking early 20s and stuff, but we got through it. We got through it. It's getting warmer in Japan, so especially in Hokkaido. It's like, I think it's warm right now in Honshu and like Tokyo area. But right now in Hokkaido, we're just chilling out. Nothing too bad right now. Well, I just want to watch some YouTube. Like I haven't watched YouTube in a bit that isn't like just like drama videos and stuff. You know, I haven't like sat down and watched like my usual channels that have like long form content in a bit. Cause I've been busy. I've been busy. Either like I want to stream a game or something, but we're just gonna stream something. Something. We're just gonna watch things, and I'm gonna become a react streamer. Cause y'all like reacts, right? Reacting's like the big thing nowadays. It's the meta, the react meta. Do they still talk about that, or am I still heckin' late to the party with the whole react meta? Because I feel like that's like hella old. Um, but why not start it with some normal, daily dose? So let's watch some daily dose.
Hello everyone, this is your daily dose of internet. She went to the airport, and for some reason, everyone was blind.
I think everyone
Can hear it.
at this airport is blind, and I'm really confused. No!
What? Oh, they're trying to kick the teeth out.
No!
Wait, did it not work? Oh, he took it out himself. The ball didn't work. So the dad just came and yanked it. Oh.
Tyler, it is good to see you, my brother.
You know, I'm gonna go camping. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get one of my bros. I'm like, let's try this.
The turbulence while flying over South America was so bad that someone ended up in the ceiling of the plane.
You gotta wear that seatbelt. When that seatbelt sign is going, whew, you gotta wear that seatbelt. You know, I got so I started watching that VTuber anime, the VTuber Legend, and the main character's like really obsessed with lemon sour, the strong zeros. It's like low calorie alcohol. It's only like, I have one right here. It's 6%, but in the anime, she like downs so many of them. But I have one. I bought one. because I watched the anime, I went out to 7-Eleven and I bought one. So I'm enjoying it. It's pretty good.
The amazing thing is that he wasn't hurt.
Ooh.
Lighting and fireworks will always look cool. I guess we know what this guy was busy doing
4th
when
of
he was in
July.
school.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. 7, 8. 8.
Whoa. Impressive. Oh no, 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 no. The scream. The no.
I know babies kick when they're inside of their mom, but this is kind of crazy.
No. Oh, I'm. Oh. You know, sometimes I'm glad I'm a dude when I don't have to deal with that. Shout out to all women who have to deal with that. Ooh. Oh, I cannot imagine the pain.
This giant tornado was seen moving through Canada.
You know, I've never seen a tornado.
This turtle started flirting with her nails.
Huh. You know, I just noticed. Hold on. I just noticed something. Look down here. Down here. Like next to my, behind my sub goal. Come on. Let's go back. And look down there.
Tornado was seen moving through Canada.
It says nobody was hurt. Do you think he added that just cause? He didn't need to add that. I mean, maybe was somebody hurt? But I don't know. That's crazy though. Like you know, I hope I never see a tornado, but that's just a crazy weather phenomenon.
This turtle started flirting with her nails.
Hey. Hey. Ooh.
Imagine losing a game of ring toss to a cat. There's
The
special
cat
nail polish
wins.
that cracks when it dries.
That does look nice, but not really my
True.
cup of tea,
You
but
can't
looks
have
kind of
their
cool.
chicken strips. You are literally a little bit of a chicken. That's like your kind. That is cannibalism. You cannot have chicken strips.
This guy 3D.
You know, after watching Urban Rescue Ranch a little bit, we should watch Urban Rescue Ranch. After watching Urban Rescue Ranch a little bit, like chickens eat anything. Like it's actually more like dead eggs and stuff like that, or like dead chicks. Chickens will eat it. Chickens don't care. Chickens will eat it. Like it might be in their like interest, like they eat the chicken shells to like throw it back in the chicken. Like my cousins in Canada, they own like a chicken coop, and any like leftover food, they just feed the chickens. They eat it. They get fresh eggs every morning, or however, I don't know, however long, but it's just insane. I'm like, wow, chickens are crazy. I don't know if that's our fault as a human race for. You know, I wonder what the primordial chicken looks like. The chicken that wasn't like gene spliced. Is it like a giant moa or something like that? Huh.
He printed a really cool banana.
You know, I want to eat a giant moa.
Which is also a katana.
Ooh.
That is the end of this video. Hopefully this video made your day just a little better. And I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
I can't wait to see nature when I go camping. Yeah, that was the daily dose of internet for the day. Pretty good, pretty good. I do watch a lot of Ludwig. What should we watch? We watch some the state of social deduction games. Yeah, I get like, because I'm always out and about, I always put videos on in like the background. But I said we'd watch things that I haven't watched in a while. So let's do oh, you can see all my old stuff. All the old things I looked at, like the Shikanoko Noko Noko Koshtantan. Let's look up the Abroad in Japan. I haven't seen his like latest videos. What's he got? What came out?
There's a word.
Spent a day at Japan's worst tourist trap. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this one. Nightlife etiquette. Oh, I can talk on that. I tried shopping at every Tokyo stopping. I wonder if we've been to... I mean, obviously, he's been everywhere, so... 48 hours in Hiroshima. I've been to Hiroshima once, but only for like a day trip. Nothing longer. Japanese restaurant versus foreign tourists. Why you not? Oh, it's like when he talks about things, huh? Oh wow, I have a lot to watch. I've seen the snowiest town. I think I've seen this one. I've seen the countryside is disappearing. Japan versus foreign tourists, a worsening situation. If this is one about Kyoto in the Gion district, probably. I think I've seen that one. I've seen this one, like Sea Dog VA Connors and Chris's thing. I've seen that. Really nice. I wonder if I can do something like that one day. That'd be crazy. But yeah, let's go watch the tourist trap. I don't think I've seen this.
There's a word.
I'll put my input on anything because I've been to Tokyo a few times. I haven't lived there, but I've been there as like a tourist. So I wonder if I contribute to any of this.
Going round right now. A word so hideous and disgusting it strikes fear into the hearts of grown men if they so much as hear it as a whisper.
I really love his set. His set is so good. His set is like magnifique, you know.
On the wind.
And like a survive like an earthquake and everything. Like, oh, I'm jealous. I really wonder what it looks like in person.
Speak of this word. All right, I'll tell you. It's just I've got a bad enough reputation for my use of bad language as it is. What's your language? Too much Swezring.
Swezring.
Too much Swezring indeed. Okay, I'm going to tell you the word.
He doesn't
the worst word
swear that
in
much,
the Japanese
Daddy.
dictionary, and the word is over-tourism.
Over-tourism.
Literally, over-tourism in English. Sounds so
Is that a real word? Hold on, let me check my Japanese dictionary. Over-tourism. Oh, it is a word. Let's go.
Cooler in Japanese, doesn't it? You've seen the headlines, you know the story. The Great Mount Fuji blocked by a wall. Foreigners riding and crashing go-karts in Tokyo. A real-life goblin on the loose, plaguing the local geisha. A flesh-eating bacteria.
No way.
Goblin on the loose.
No way this is real. No. What are you doing?
Local geisha.
What are you doing?
A flesh-eating bacteria spreading among the masses. What? What's that
Oh,
all
I've
about?
heard of that. I've heard of this. But no one's really talking about it. Like at my school and everything, no one's really talking about this. So I wonder like how prevalent it actually is.
Spreading among the
But it is making me take care of my razors and stuff, you know.
masses. What? What's that all about then? I haven't heard that one. A rare flesh-eating bacteria
Oh, he
that can
just
kill
said he hasn't
people in
heard of it.
48 hours is spreading in Japan. Terrifying mortality rate. Death in 2 days. Oh, maybe it's time to go on holiday again. But wait a minute, 977 cases in the first half of 2024 out of 125 million people. That's not too bad. Oh, and
Yeah.
apparently comes from the UK as well. And we all know nothing that comes from the UK could ever be bad. Nonsense.
Yeah, I haven't
Just wash your
heard
hands of it.
anything
But
outside
look,
of that
if we're to
article.
believe the sensational news headlines, and there are many, so very many, Japan has become a real-life hellscape. It's like something between Mad Max, Mordor, and fucking Mario Kart. If I've learned anything from headlines over the years, it's that exaggeration is the name of the game. There's often a disconnect between the headlines and the situation on the ground.
Wait, is it?
Exaggeration is the name of the game.
It wasn't that bad when I
There's
went.
often a disconnect between the
Maybe I went in a good time, but it wasn't that bad.
headlines
I've been here. It wasn't that bad.
and the situation on the ground. And look, I get that Japan has
Everywhere that's not Kyoto or bits of Tokyo. Yeah, honestly, this is true. Like, there were so many nice areas in Japan that you could just, like, drive an hour out of the city and go to, and there's no one there. No one there. And you could just relax, take your time. Like, the thing I feel with, like, people is that they over plan Japan, right? They over plan. They don't allow for like random things to happen or spontaneous things to happen, because it will happen when you go anywhere, any country. So like whenever I travel, I don't like to have like super concrete minute by minute plans. I like maybe have a couple big things I plan for, and then the rest is just kind of like in case something takes a bit longer than usual, or I see something like kind of cool, you know?
a record
Yeah.
number of overseas tourists this year. But for every obnoxious, geisha-tormenting goblin,
Can't
the
believe
other
this.
99% of travellers aren't this disgustingly
Asakusa, yep, always busy. I made the mistake of going, I don't know if it's a mistake, I don't want to say mistake, but I went during New Year's, right? I believe it was 2023 New Year's. I went to this shrine, which is the biggest, I don't know, biggest, but most popular shrine in Tokyo, Asakusa Shrine. And, it took like an hour, because the whole thing turns into a giant line, right? The whole thing turns into a giant line down like a really long shopping stall. Go down this whole thing. It took a whole hour to get down this little street alleyway into the shrine. I'm not even Shinto. I don't think Shinto's even like a big thing here. Like everyone's Shinto, promoting Shintoism, but nobody really practices Shintoism outside of like monks. It's just kind of like tenets to live by, from what I've gathered here. But yeah, it took like a whole hour just to go down this little thing. But outside of it, on the outskirts, there's like a lot of food stalls, because there was like a festival at the same time. It was kind of cool. So we got to have like a lot of street food.
obnoxious. And I'm at risk of becoming part of the problem by talking about it here.
Strong
over and over
zeros
on
kicking
YouTube.
in.
So that ends today. I'm going out there. I'm going to take one for the team. I'm going to run the gauntlet. We're going to explore Japan's biggest, baddest
Holy
tourist
shit.
traps and see
I haven't
if they're
even made it
really
through the
as
video.
apocalyptic as they're made out to be. And we're not going to just one tourist trap. We're going to 5. Tsukiji Fish Market,
Oh.
Harajuku, Asakusa, Nishiki Market in Kyoto, and Gion. And as we journey
I
through
haven't been to Nishiki Market in Gion, so I can't speak on those.
vacation, we'll chat with fellow travellers to see what they make of it all as well, before coming back here to reach our conclusions. It's time for our first ever abroad investigation. Gosh, I can't wait to slam a book shut at the end of the video and say case closed.
Maybe I should do one in the city I'm in. Like an IRL thing, but y'all would never know. Tsukiji. Is it overpriced? I think it's overpriced. Of course it's overpriced. Like, it's a tourist trap. Of course it's overpriced. but the vibe is cool, you know. That's like my initial feel before whatever he talks into this. Like, it's a cool vibe. It's a cool like I've been to the original Tsukiji, right? This is the outer market. I've been to like the original one where you could like go in, like the where like the fish comes in, like the Tsukiji like port. Like, you used to be able to go. I think there's a Logan Paul video of him messing with like the cart workers, but you had to cross a bunch of carts and like to go in, because it's just a bunch of people lugging fish around like on carts and things like that. So you have to dodge the main road, and then you get to enter the market. And if you ever been to like a swap meet or like a really crowded, like, what would I say, like a garage, say, I don't know how to, like a really crowded marketplace, right? And people just cutting up fish, selling fish, all that stuff, right? And you literally see them get the fish and then they cut it from those cart people, like delivery people. It was insane. It was an awesome experience. I wish I took more pictures of it. I didn't really think much of it because I thought it would always be there, but you know, it's closed now, so now you have this outer market that's always, I think it's always been there. But yeah, I think the outer market's like, obviously it's a tourist trap, obviously it's overpriced, obviously don't pay for things that are overpriced, but I mean, I guess the standard foreigner doesn't know. But I think it's just a cool place to check out, especially if you like raw fish. You can like get skewers and eat them like right there, right then and there. It's just cool. It's a fun place. My scallop is my favorite yakitori.
Skiji's outer market is what remains of the world's former biggest fish market, after most of it relocated 4 kilometers across the bay to Toyosu in 2018.
Yeah. That's what it looked like right here. Let's go back. Yeah, it looked kind of like this, right? It was very crowded. Like, I didn't see this part specifically, but those carts were, there was like a street where these carts just go up and down, and you had to run across with no lights to get to the marketplace. Yeah, it was closed in 20. The tuna auctions, I'd never been to those. I am not really interested in tuna auctions. I appreciate them, but I've no interest in it.
To Toyosu in 2018. However, the outer market is still going strong as one of the largest street food markets in all of Tokyo.
Yeah, the street food. It's a street food market. So of course, like, it's like a festival that always happens. So you go for the vibe. You go for the food that's fresh off the grill, right in front of you, and just a bunch of people. It's really fun.
But after reading a recent article declaring tourists should avoid the market and its high prices amidst the phenomenon of inbound don, a reference to overpriced donburi rice bowls aimed at inbound tourists, it seems what better place to kick off our first investigation. So I haven't been to Tsukiji outer market in about 5 years since I came here with Ryotaro, and I enjoy it. I like it.
Last year.
Don't get me wrong, it is a tourist trap, you know.
No, I went this year. Huh.
Very touristy, and the food prices I've heard recently are exorbitant. So it's time to go full-blown detective and see just how bad these prices.
You know, I will say, I wish I had the balls to film in public. I don't have the balls to film in public. Like, I have to have someone else with me. But if I did it alone like he's doing right here, I don't think I can do it. I should try it, just to like try it, but I don't think I can.
And it's not long before we have ourselves a lead as our first suspect shows up, the aforementioned inbound don. What the?
Whoa! Okay, as someone who makes yen, and I'm an ALT, I don't make a lot of money, right? I don't make a lot of cash. I make enough. I make enough to live, but not to live, you know, not to live, but I make enough to live. Yeah, 77,000. That's like a whole week and a half, maybe 2 weeks of groceries, depending on how you spend your money. That's like, because groceries, I usually spend about 2,500 for groceries, right? So that's like that, and that lasts me like 4 or 5 days. So that's like 2.5 weeks worth of groceries, and that's for a single person. So like, who even knows?
700 yen. I could scarcely believe it. That's why I need this bloody magnifying glass. 'Cause it's such a ridiculous price.
It
For
is.
some frame of
That's
reference, a bowl of uni
ridiculous.
typically costs around 3,000 to 4,000 yen in most restaurants in Tokyo.
Oh, it said people with gout, please avoid. That's nice of the shop. Hold on. Can I go back?
In most restaurants.
Can I go back? I want to go back. Go back. People with gout, please. It's delicious for people with gout. What? But please avoid it. So if you have gout, don't order it? I don't know.
Frame of reference, a bowl of uni typically costs around 3,000 to 4,000 yen in most restaurants in Tokyo. Likewise, another nearby shop selling cuts of fatty tuna is charging 5,000 yen for 4 pieces. Granted, it's the most expensive cut of tuna, but even in a mid-range sushi restaurant, you'd expect to pay about half the price for the exact same thing. And
Yeah,
table
go to
service
Sushi Row
thrown
or
in.
something.
Some really, really expensive bowls of uni at like 6,000 yen. There was one that was 22,000 yen down the street a minute ago. I spoke to the woman that ran
I don't
the
like
shop and she
uni
said
that
they were
much.
organic, so maybe that's the reason why. But
Not too big
when
on
you
it.
come to a street market, you're expecting bargains, right? And here
Nah,
in
not
Tsukiji, where
Tsukiji.
you'd expect
Not
all the
Tsukiji.
food in the world. You could try pretty much any Japanese dish going. The number of bargains are few and far between, so bear that in mind. So far today,
I will say it is nice if you're like in that tourist mindset, right? So when I went with my brother to Tsukiji, I went with my brother before, like when I moved here, he came with me and we had like one last hurrah in Tokyo, right? We saw like this Kobe beef place and it was like 5,000 yen for one skewer, and he bought it. He deadass bought it just because he could. Like, good on him for having that money, but like that, you're in that mindset when you're a tourist of like, spend money because you're on vacation, have fun. You're not trying to bargain hunt, you know? You're not trying to bargain hunt when you're a tourist. You're just trying to have fun, enjoy your vacation for a week and a half or 2 weeks or a week, you know, just, and then, you know, you go back to your normal job. It's just how it is, you know. I'm guilty of that. Like, whenever I come to Japan prior to moving here, I was spending money like willy-nilly on anything. But now that I live here and make the yen, I have to be cautious.
The thing I've seen has been on the pricey side for a street market anyway. I'll admit I hope to eat some breakfast here at Tsukiji today, but I'll be damned if I'm paying for an overpriced fish bowl. Fortunately though, I soon lay my greedy eyes upon an unagi eel stand, with the scent of the salty, sticky sweet eel sauce wafting through the market.
I think
And
400
it's
yen
actually
for a
at
stick
reasonable
in a
price.
place like this
Surely
is alright.
It's too good to be true. Is this really the good stuff? So unagi is one of the most expensive fishes in Japan. It's about 1,000 yen. That's a lot of bang for your buck. Not too bad, not too bad. It's interesting, in Kanazawa Fish Market, it was 500 yen for one stick of unagi. But I don't think there was as much as this, so yes, it's a little bit pricey here, but you do get a lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah, I
It's quite
think
good.
that's fine for 1,000 yen in a place like
No,
that.
it's so good. I'd like to point out the reason everything is red is not because there's been a bloodbath, because of these low, low prices, but because there's a massive red sheet above it. I think most foreign tourists
I
come
think
here
I've been
might
to that
overlook
one.
eel, because it's not a very nice sounding dish, but actually
My favorite
it's
is
the best value
scallop.
fish
I like
I've had in the
scallop.
market all day or seen, and it tastes amazing. You know, I'm really starting to enjoy this investigation, especially as I soon run into Griffin, an awesome American viewer who's enjoyed a seafood bowl, but quickly
I'm
realised
American.
there's a far more tantalisingly priced alternative awaiting fellow travellers.
So I got that Family Mart chicken because of you.
Yes! You know, don't come to Skiji, just get some family
It's
chicken.
good, fam.
I will say Lawson chicken is better. I like Karaage Kun more than if I had to make a tier list, it would be Karaage-kun from Lawson, then Family Chicken from Family Mart, and then whatever 7-Eleven has, because I don't really, I think they call it 7 Chiki. I don't mess with it too much, you know.
I mean, you don't need anything more than the Family Mart chicken. Let's be real.
But in Hokkaido, we have Seiko Mart, so Seiko Mart beats everything.
Like,
He's a wise man. Griffin, thanks so much.
Thank
man.
you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
I don't need
Yo, hold up. Chris, hold up. Chris. Look at that definition on that arm, my guy. Look at that. Look at that bicep. Look at that chest popping out. Yeah, sure, it's still, you know, this is hard to get. I'm still working on mine. I'm still working on my gut. You know, this is, you know, love handles and gut, that's the last thing to go. So if somebody's ever working out, somebody's ever trying to like better their lives and, you know, be more active, don't make fun of them. Don't say like, oh, I don't see any progress, right? You know, don't say that, because the gut and the love handles, that's the hardest to get rid of. That's the last thing. You'll see progress here. I can already see like indentation in his face, in his neck, in like especially in his neck, right? And you see like the chest starting to pop out more. You see like his arms are getting bigger too. Like especially when he flexes his arm to shake the hand, you see the definition starting to come out. Especially here, his veins are popping. And you have his arm. So, especially here in the neck too, you see some indentation here. Right here in his cheek. Little bit here. Like, he's making progress. He's going. He's moving. He is putting in that work, right? Yeah, say what you want about the stomach and the gut and the love handle. Like, that's the last thing. That's the last thing to go. He's making good strides. Like, look at that arm, bro. I would say I'm probably in the same, like, I think I'm in, like, the same... I think my chest is a bit popping out more. But I think we're in the same, like, status of, like, in our fitness career. Because I've been working out for, like, only, like, 6 months. 8 months, 6 months. So I'm still in that process of losing weight. But my muscles are starting to, like, come out more. So I'm in that camp right now. So hey Chris, if you ever freaking see this for whatever reason, keep it up. Let's work out together. Take me to Tokyo, please. Okay. Let's continue.
Thank you. I don't eat too much chicken. God forbid.
I think he's older than me. He's like 33, right? I'm 29. We're close. We're close, Chris. I'm not as old as Pete, but, you know.
Ugh,
No promises.
So, would I actually...
I'm older than Gart,
Fiji?
Joey, and
Surprisingly,
Connor.
yes. The atmosphere
Probably
is still
get
a ton
on.
of fun. I love getting lost down the market's many retro side streets and alleyways. Hell, it wasn't even as crowded as I remember. Perhaps as the new modern Toyosu market has stolen away potential customers and tourists. Just make sure you do your
Toyosu
homework
market,
and
I've
have a
never
rough
been
idea
there.
What you should be paying. So
I've
you
never
don't
been to
walk away from
Toyosu.
Tsukiji with a hole in your wallet when it comes to seafood bowls and sushi. And so, with the touristy
Why?
Tsukiji proving not to be quite as
think so.
bad as I'd initially feared, it's time to switch the game difficulty
Yeah, it's
straight
not
to
bad.
hard mode.
That's okay.
That's right, it's time for...
Okay. Harajuku's literally just like one little alleyway. It's like... It's not that big of a thing.
Oh, right, so you might be wondering...
I mean, the Takeshita Street, it's definitely not my scene, right? It's not my... It has that Kira Kira vibe, you know? Sorry, the Strong Zero's kicking. The popping vibe, you know? The pika pika, you know? The sparkle. It gets that Harajuku culture, you know, for sure. Not my vibe at all.
Why do I hate Harry?
Those crepes are awesome, though. The crepes? I'm sure you can get better, but, you know, crepes are cool.
You say much, and the truth is, it stands against everything that I believe in. Shopping, fashion, most importantly, fun. I despise it all.
Crepes.
Still, no
I've eaten
scientific
here.
investigation of Japan's over-tourism would be complete without plunging headfirst into the Technicolor shit show.
Yeah, this is where you go in. Like from the station, it's like right there. There's also an Allbirds store that's like, I love Allbirds shoes. I only wear Allbirds shoes. I love that store. Allbirds, sponsor me, please. I'll review your shoes. Maybe I should be a shoe. I should make an IRL shoe thing.
Nightmare that is Takeshita Street. Said to be the birthplace of Japan's kawaii culture, the
Kawaii
style that
culture.
places emphasis on cuteness that has since gained traction around the world, creating
Not my
offshoots such
thing.
as Kimmel Kawaii, referring to something so gross it's actually cute. And speaking of Kimmel
That's outside of Japan. I don't really fuck with, you know. Like the kawaii stuff is fine. I don't really like it that much, but you know. Sometimes Japanese people are so like reserved that it explodes into overdoing it, which is how I think that cuteness thing is. You know, more power to them. They're actually expressing themselves, which I love that they're doing.
Kawaii, I found the perfect person to help me trek these cursed streets, as I'm sure as hell
Pete!
not doing it by myself.
Pete!
Takeshita Street, shopping capital of Tokyo. Not just my least favourite place in Japan, but perhaps in the known universe. When you get to come to your least favourite place,
It
you get
is-
to have a side character. We've got...
Ooh.
Hey, thanks a
Like if you're like Takeshita Street, if you're in the scene, it's awesome. I am not in that scene. Like I don't, even when I went like in 2012 when I was like 16, 17. Yeah, it wasn't my scene. It wasn't my scene at all.
lot. Takeshita Dori.
help me, Pete.
This is one of the most horrific places for two men nearing 40 years old. We don't belong here. We don't know what we're doing here.
Oh.
There's no good food here. And by God, I'm sober.
They got candy floss.
I'm in.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh,
And so
the near
is
40? Wait, how old's Chris?
two men with an average age
How old is abroad in Japan? Hold on, let's check. How old is abroad in Japan? 34 years. That's not near 40. How old is Pete of Premiere 2? Oh, he's 39. Wait, 40 now. Wait, almost 40. Wait, is he 40 now? Oh. Oh, he plays 14. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, he's 40 now. Oh my goodness, Pete's 40 now. Dang. That's insane.
of 40 trek down the streets of their own midlife crisis. We engage in
I mean, Chris is 34. He's 5 years above
like
me.
fashion.
Welcome to
He's
my
older than my
underground
brother.
lair. It is appealing if you were maybe in middle school or high school. It has a lot of like counterculture and clothing stores, none of which would fit us.
But not every face on Takeshita Street is as sour as these two disgruntled YouTubers, as we run into some viewers who have a more positive outlook on Tokyo's fashion capital.
This is like kind of considered a bit of a tourist trap.
This is the Venice Beach.
It is.
Yeah.
Venice
But are you guys
Beach.
enjoying it still? Would you
They're from
recommend it?
Cali.
And you definitely recommend it to everyone.
Yeah,
I would.
totally.
Yeah.
Super fun, lots of cool shops, cool fashion.
Yeah.
And you get to run into Pete.
They sound like
Yeah.
Calis.
Well, you know, I don't want
Californians.
to take up too much of the space, but they are here to see me. It's pretty good. I hang out. No, I'm kidding. But
And so we soldier on. And what better way to understand
Venice
whether Harajuku is overhyped or not than by trying some of the horrific local street foods that plague Instagram and TikTok.
Cotton candy.
bigger than my head.
Wait, how much is
What's
it?
the practical way of eating this? Because when I was a kid, it was just on a little stick.
They
You
have
had
to
a little
hold it
bit.
over
It's
someone
Friday,
else. Oh my
Pete. You're the
goodness.
expert.
Yes.
This is American tradition.
It is.
Cotton
See the movie
candy.
Alien with the face hugger. It's the same.
Oh,
It's like a character. I have to wear those. There you go. There you go. Pete's new friend. He's
I love
his
cotton
journey.
candy.
Tastes quite good, actually.
I love
sugar.
cotton candy.
That's all this is.
Don't judge me.
Hey, cotton candy is
Content to
good.
acknowledge that
You don't
today was
mess with
surely
cotton
worth
candy.
it. We head on to search for the final atrocity, dish. One might say a treasure, the end of the
I've
road.
never
A
had
macabre
this.
rainbow cheese, shit show sandwich, more food colouring than food.
So I've got a bit of a reputation for
Huh.
eating anything with cheese in it, but even this next dish stretches the boundaries of my imagination and my depravity. Look at this rainbow
1,000
cheese
yen.
sandwich.
It's gonna be good.
Have you had it before?
No,
Rainbow
but,
cheese.
but the grilled cheese sandwich is my favorite food in history.
Even in rainbow form.
Even in rainbow
Oh, I
form.
haven't had a grilled cheese
I
in a
feel like
long
there's no
time.
way we could possibly mess this
I
up.
should make some grilled cheese sandwich.
This might be a clinical
Oh,
disaster.
God.
But oh, look at that.
That doesn't look the same. Hold on.
I like history. But
Rainbow form.
the
Okay,
grilled
maybe that angle wasn't appealing
cheese
because
sandwich is
like that looks good. That looks good, and then you have like that. Like, yeah, maybe it's the packaging, maybe it's the angle of the shot, but ooh.
a clinical disaster. But oh, look at that.
Huh.
Oh, this is
What does
horrible.
it taste like?
The question is, how do they colour the cheese? Because it is cheese, it's mozzarella cheese, right?
That's
This is not
mozzarella.
cheese.
Okay.
This
Oh.
is an edible form of plastic that has been colored to suit a cheese-like substance. This is not food. Look, that's not
What is that?
cheese. You can't
What is that?
do that. Looks like a fruit roll-up.
Oh, it does. Oh, I should ask my brother to bring me fruit roll-ups. Oh, I kind of miss them.
Kind of like it now.
Oh, I kind of miss fruit roll-ups. Fruit by the foot?
Certainly a lunch befitting of Harajuku.
It's a
Well,
Bankai
thank you, Pete,
mask.
for being my bodyguard / side character friend.
What a shot. What a shot. That's a shot.
Cheese sandwich.
Oh dear.
That's a good shot. You have the Bankai
Certainly a lunch
mask.
befitting of Harajuku.
Well, thank you, Pete, for being my bodyguard / side character friend for this ordeal. Did you enjoy your afternoon in Harajuku?
Yep. Just 5 short minutes down the street, and we gained 14 pounds. It was great. You know, I actually enjoyed this quite a bit. My memory of Harajuku initially was dread when you told me.
Yo, Pete got veins going on. Look at that. Has Pete been hitting the gym recently? He's got definition here. Right? He's got an Apple Watch, so maybe he's more active. I don't really follow Pete outside of content. I should. Support my American boys.
Come meet me for the day. I was like, I don't really like this place. But given the context, I actually had a good time today. Thanks for bringing me along.
Was it the company or was it the rainbow cheese?
I think it was the company this time, not the rainbow cheese.
Lovely, lovely.
So
I hate to admit it that we had fun.
I did. Oh, thanks. Best friends.
Because it's Harajuku, not because you're here.
I hate to admit it, but we had a good time
Way to
today.
get fun. I'll see you again soon.
I think it's what you make of it. You know, if you're in the
Well, guys,
scene,
we've
you'll
had some
have way
very
more fun.
Interesting Japanese dishes so far today.
But if you
what
want,
happens
like I said,
if you
count,
can't
like
come
he
to
said,
Japan and try
counterculture
the
stuff.
tasty goodness all for yourself. There's a
You
way
go for
you can enjoy
counterculture stuff.
Japanese treats from the comfort of your own home. Thanks to today's sponsor, Sakurako.
Sakurako is a monthly Japanese
We'll let
artisan
it run.
snack box that supports local snack makers with each box packed full of 20 traditional authentic Japanese treats,
Sakurako,
including
huh?
tea
Hey,
and even
sponsor
unique
me.
tableware. And this month's theme is
Sponsor
close
me
to
to
my heart,
my-
as it's themed
my-
around the
my
festivals of
massive viewer
Tohoku,
base.
the stunning region in North Japan and home to some of the liveliest celebrations in the country throughout the summer season.
Is that
The box
Megumin?
begins
Hold
with this
up.
some of the liveliest
It's
celebrations in the
Megumin.
country throughout the summer season. The box begins with this beautiful booklet exploring the stories of each and every snack feature within the box, as well as the all-important allergy
Ginzan.
information.
I want to
And
go
the
to
box
Ginzan
ends, as
onsen
always, in line
eventually.
mouth, starting with pear gummies.
That's like
from
where,
Yamamoto. Whenever I used to go between Sendai and Yamagata to visit
where-
Natsuki, I'd pick these up Along the way,
That-
the alligator's
what do
famous
they call
for
it?
its fresh fruit, and by putting it in gummy sweets, they
Spirited
worked out the
Away
perfect
is
way
like
to
modeled
deliver
on.
that fresh fruit delight. That's so good, my God. Next up, we have walnut mochi, kurumi mochi, and so this is an awesome blend of mochi,
Walnuts,
rice cake, and soy
kurumi?
sauce, and it's
Huh.
in an edible wrapping paper. I love it. It's got that chewiness and also the crunchiness of the walnuts as you take each and every bite.
Walnut is
Bloody good.
kurumi.
Disturbingly satisfying. And what better way to wash all that down than with Iemon matcha genmaicha tea from Kyoto, featuring roasted rice and green tea. I feel like I've been transported to the tea fields of Kyoto. Wonderful stuff. And this month we've got this charming
Playing it up,
Nekotegui
but, you know.
cat hand towel, which is just the ticket to mop my brow after eating all these delicious snacks. Too delicious, some might say. Whether you're looking to gift
I
your
should
new
get a
best
new
friend
hand
box
towel.
of
I
the
use like a
finest Japanese
Gundam one,
snacks, or
but I
greedily
should get a
keep it
new
all for
one.
yourself, you can grab your box from Sakurako in the link in the description box below.
Alright, let's continue on.
Our next stop is perhaps Tokyo's biggest tourist magnet, Asakusa, the historically and culturally important district surrounding the Grand Sensoji Temple. Top
Yeah,
of most travellers'
Asakusa.
itineraries, the more traditional back streets are blighted with tacky
It's
gift
cool.
shops at every turn, but
It's
perhaps
cool.
that's half the charm. If anywhere in Tokyo is the focus of over-tourism, it's certainly here. But despite that, is it still worth a visit? It looks like another job for a broad investigation.
It's nice. It's like I want to visit a Japanese temple. You go to Asakusa, you know? If it's not Kyoto.
So here we are at Kaminarimon, literally Thundergate, and it leads to Nakamise Street, which leads in turn to Sensoji Temple, the largest temple in Tokyo. Love it here, really cool
Yeah,
area, but make no
yeah, I
mistake,
was like past the gate right here. There's a giant long street to the Sensoji Temple. It took
probably
an
is
hour
the
to get
busiest
there.
point in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's like filled with shops. I
And
think he
where
showed it
just leave
earlier.
No mistake, the Sensoji
Like
Temple
right here, this whole thing is just filled with people on New Year's. Because on New Year's, it's like a thing to go to a shrine, right? On New Year's. So it's like filled with people going to this temple. And it takes like a whole hour. It's like
Temple,
an
the
hour.
largest busiest point in Tokyo. And now he must begin navigating thousands of people.
Historically, the area around Nakamise Shopping Street used to be one of Tokyo's largest entertainment hubs, with kabuki theatres and other less savoury forms of entertainment on hand. Nowadays, as you swim through the sea of people clamouring to take a selfie next to the iconic gate, it's practically impossible to move, let alone enjoy
Yeah,
any degree of
a lot of
cultural
people.
enlightenment.
A lot of
Japan, a land of cultural,
tourist
historic
trap
culture. What
shops.
better place to sell cartoon costume moustaches? Who comes to Sensoji
Yeah.
Temple and thinks, yes, what I want today
I think it's mostly for like kids and stuff. Like when you go with families and the kid goes next to a shop, it's like, oh my god, I want that, you know.
is a moustache to stick onto my face. What a weird shot. When we came down here, made a video a few years ago,
600 yen, oh my god.
we came to the conclusion it's nicer in the evening because you can enjoy the Sensoji Temple all to yourself and avoid the crowds and the shops. For pure photography, I prefer nighttime.
Still, the allure of Sensoji's atmospheric streets.
Wait, what a
seems to outweigh the-
transition.
Still, the allure of Sensoji.
Oh, it's almost 1-to-1. But it is nice. It is a good transition. Almost there. Very nice
The
transition.
allure of Sensoji's atmospheric streets seems to outweigh the crowds, at least for the viewers I meet wandering down Nakamise Street.
Have you guys enjoyed it so far? Would you recommend it? Actually coming here?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, the stalls they are touristy, but there's quite nice little trinkets.
And you don't mind the crowds and things like that?
The crowd
Okay, for an hour or two.
for an hour or two, yeah.
I think it's quite authentic.
Yeah, this whole thing just filled with people.
It's quite cool. You know, people think it's like a tourist trap, but like I think it's a fun experience.
Fun experience.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you bought anything today? Have you spent anything? Money on
I
anything?
bought this amazake.
Amazake, non-alcoholic sake. That's a good shot. Where'd you get that? I might have to get some for myself.
Still,
Amazake
while the
is
crowds
pretty
of
good.
Nakamise Street are tantamount to an intensive cattle farming experience. Head off down one of the quieter
It's like
sides
more sweet, you know. Skytree.
streets that surround Asakusa, and the district quickly redeems itself, especially when there's delicious treats to be had.
Japanese potato croquettes in a ring. Now I've seen
Huh.
everything. It's also the perfect way to propose to your other half. My favourite thing about coming to Asakusa isn't the temples, the shrine of the culture. It's seeing the increasingly bizarre food they come up with. Like every week there's something new.
Yeah, I should
Oh,
go back.
A little bit dry, but
I want to go back to
not bad.
Tokyo.
If you'd asked me a couple
Eventually, I
of
would
weeks
like
ago,
to live in
recommend
Tokyo.
Asakusa and the Sensoji Temple.
I don't think I want to raise a family in Tokyo, but like to live in Tokyo might be nice.
Would have been like, yeah, sure, go. It's a cool place. And yet now, after doing every single stop on the Yamanote line, right, a few weeks ago, and exploring places where you can have all of this, where you can have like temples and shrines all to yourself, I don't know if I would recommend it anymore. I don't know. So yeah, Asakusa, give it a visit, but know that there are places where you can kind of relax.
Yeah, I think it's fine like one time. You know, your first time in Japan, go to it.
And enjoy the
You don't have to go again the next time you go.
temples and shrines and have them all to yourself, not that far from here. But of course, know at those places you can't have a potato in the shape of a ring. And that's what counts, isn't it? Just as I'm about to set off for Kyoto, some awesome viewers spot me at the side of the road. Unfortunately, in this case, stuffing my face with a potato ring. And it's to them that I'll leave the closing thoughts on Asakusa as a tourist destination. Do you think it's worth coming here?
I think so.
This is our first time.
First time.
I think so.
It's kind of tough for people on wheelchair. This is life. This is what we have to do.
But I think it exceeds my expectations.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
I feel bad standing here like stuffing my face with this.
There's one thing I'll say about Japan is that it's not very like on the trains and public transport and all that stuff, like it's nice for accessibility. But outside of that, like once you leave Tokyo and you go like somewhere else, like in my area or you know, non-touristy area, like sometimes it's hard to get around, you know, in accessible places. I've seen people struggle, you know. It's like say you work in a school or something and the school doesn't have an elevator, you're kind of like forced to. Is it raining? No, it's not raining. I thought it was raining for a bit. Oh, that strong zero's kicking. Wow. Is my strong zero limit 1?
Potato ring. Enjoy your time in Asakusa and Japan. Have a good one. Well, so far, despite all the apocalyptic headlines, I somehow remain
Yo, hold up.
relatively
Hold up.
unscathed.
Hold
Well, so far,
on.
despite all the apocalyptic headlines,
Bro.
I s-
He's got that back indent, bro. He's got that back indent. His triceps stretching. He's got that back indent, bro. He's working. He's working. He's putting in that work, bro. He's putting in that work.
I somehow remain
go,
relatively
Chris.
unscathed from my
Go. Oh, like you can see, his lats are starting to pop out here. I think that's lats, right? Starting to pop out. You know. Let's go, Chris.
Albeit some nasty indigestion from the rainbow cheese sandwich. My god, never again. But no investigation of Japan's worst
Shinkansen.
tourist traps, and over-tourism in general, would be complete without visiting the scene of the crime itself, Kyoto. And so I hop on the Shinkansen and head 2.5 hours west.
How'd you
to
get
see
that
just
shot?
how bad the streets have got.
How'd you get that
As
shot,
I ride
Chris?
the Shinkansen, I'm overcome with fear. Will I be swept away in a river of tourists? Will I survive the crowds unscathed? Well, yes, because there's nobody here. Where the bloody hell is everyone? This is right in front of Kyoto Station. Here we are, Kyoto. We're at Higashi Honganji Temple. Look at
It was pretty busy when I went, but it wasn't like this empty.
that. Nobody here. What over-tourism. And in fact, this site, as well as being here since the 17th century, it's got the 5th biggest bell in all of Japan. The first biggest bell, of course, is in Sendai. And it's called Ryotaro Sakurai. Okay, Kyoto might not be the ghost town I've made it out to be. We've simply just stumbled across one of the many spectacular temples that doesn't really make the guidebooks. So
okay.
instead then, let's see how we fare
I haven't
at the
been to
most
that
crowded
temple.
spot downtown.
I've never been here, so I have no idea.
Dating back over 400 years and affectionately referred to as Kyoto's Kitchen. Our first stop in Kyoto is Nishiki Market, which resides down a single narrow bustling street, 5 blocks long and
Maybe I should
jam-packed
check
with
it
over
out, though.
100 shops and restaurants, serving everything from fresh fish and meat to confectionery and sake. Unlike Tsukiji, which is spread across a whole neighbourhood, Nishiki feels far more intense given it's just the one strip. Still, how do the prices here compare
to the preposterous inbound Dom found on our first outing. Once again, let the investigating begin.
Nishiki Market, I've always wanted to come here, but painfully aware that it is
it's his first
probably the
time
busiest
too.
market in Japan. I've always avoided it. Question is it worth it? Is it worth a visit? We're about to find out once I've battled my way
Lay it on me,
through this
Chris.
crowd.
Let me know.
We're truly spoilt for choice in Nishiki Market, but perhaps, unsurprisingly, the first thing that catches my eye, or rather my nose, are the buttery Wagyu skewers sizzling away on a nearby grill.
Oh,
Kobe beef skewers, 2,500
yeah,
yen a skewer.
not bad
Not cheap,
actually.
but if it's real, actual Kobe gyu, then
My brother paid 5K at Tsukiji for one skewer, so you know that's pretty good.
it is worth it, and that's a good price. It smells pretty
Yeah,
reassuring.
it is a good price.
Fuck me, I've only been in Nishiki Market 5 minutes, and I've already splashed out 5,000 yen on 2 skewers of so-called
My brother got one skewer.
Kobe beef. This had better be good.
It's good, but it's not A5 Kobe gyu. Tastes good, but it's a bit chewy.
Maybe my brother got A5. I don't know.
Would I get it again? No, I won't. It's chewier than Wrigley's chewing gum.
I don't remember.
The beef wasn't like what you imagine Kobe gyu to be like, or Wagyu in general. It was quite chewy, almost like British beef, you know. Back when we were in Takayama last year, I had an A5 Wagyu on a stick for 600 yen. It was incredible, like a dream. This place was 2,500 yen for a lesser cut of
Where
beef.
is this?
It's this place, Wagyu, on a stick for 6 beef, you know. Back when we were in Takayama last year, I had an A5 Wagyu on a stick.
Takayama, where's Takayama at? I'm gonna go there. Takayama, Japan. Takayama is in Gifu. Hida region, the Gifu prefecture. Where's Gifu compared to where I am? Let me check a map. Oh, it's still in Honshu. It is near Tokyo. It's like on the other side of Tokyo, so pretty far from me. Yeesh. Okay. Pretty far from me.
For 600 yen. It was incredible, like a dream. This place was 2,500 yen for a lesser cut of beef. It said out front Kobe gyu, right? Kobe Wagyu beef. And there's a nice cut of an A5 looking Kobe gyu in plastic form out front.
I don't
so
know
thought,
what
it's going to be that.
the A
it wasn't.
stand
Whatever
for.
it was pretty chewy and well seasoned, but be careful. I find Wagyu is one of the most misleadingly advertised kind of dishes you'll find in Japan. And that was certainly not worth 2,500 yen. Absolute rip-off. Be careful.
Yeah. It's 25 bucks.
Given I've blown most of my pocket money on a skewer of Wagyu beef, I'd probably decide to drown my sorrows at a store selling obscenely cheap sake.
100 yen of sake, not bad.
I love these overflow cups because when you spill it, inevitably it just goes into the cup beneath, which
Ooh,
you
that
can
looks
also drink
nice.
from. Ah, my God, 100 yen for this. And it's actually, it's not one
That's
cup
nice.
sake, this is the real deal. Very good. That makes up for the Wagyu, that really does. I have to say, Nishiki Market is nowhere near as busy as I thought it would be. But yeah, maybe it's because it's summer, I don't know, but it's actually not that busy here. I hope I don't regret drinking all this sake on a mostly empty stomach, especially going to Gion next, the respectable geisha district. It's not going to end well, is it? There's going to be some new news stories coming out in a few hours' time.
Full of refreshing sake and billion-dollar beef, it's nearly time to head to our next tourist hotspot. But something feels amiss. I genuinely expected Nishiki to be unbearably crowded, and it's been anything
We'll
but.
say.
And so I beef. It's
Like, it's things like that. When people just, like, look at the camera that you're filming on, like, oh, man, it scares me from ever wanting to do it. Just, like, people silently judging you.
It's nearly time to head to our next tourist hotspot, but something feels amiss. I genuinely expected Nishiki to be unbearably crowded.
I
and
should
it's been
visit
anything
next
but.
time.
And so I seek out a couple of shops
I've never heard of it.
to try and discover why things are so oddly quiet.
It's a weekday. But, I mean, the tourists. Wait, when was this filmed? When was this filmed? 2 weeks ago. So it's like... He probably filmed this in like June? Maybe May? If he filmed in May and June, school's still in session. If it's in May, school's still in session. June? There should be people there. June, July, August, there should be people there. At least Americans will be there. Huh.
少ないです。
なんでですか？
なんでだろう。そうですね。いつもはもっと混んでます。今日まだ月曜日だから。
That's really interesting. I was speaking to two shopkeepers now, and they both said weekdays, Nishiki Market really isn't that busy. They almost sounded disappointed. So if you want to come here, avoid the weekends because this place, what I thought would be like the busiest market in Japan, is actually kind of calm. So drink the sake, avoid the wagyu,
pro tip.
and eat the Daifuku strawberry mochi rice cake. And now, it's time to go to Gion, so we can spot any geisha. Just
Gion.
kidding, we're not going to harass
I've
them like
never
everyone
been
else.
to Gion. I've never been there. Ooh, looks nice.
So here we are in Gion, the entertainment capital of Kyoto, and if over-tourism was a misdemeanor, this would be the absolute scene of the crime. Earlier on this year, they did close down a few of the roads to tourists to protect that historic quarter, that historic neighbourhood where the geishas still live, work, operate. What I will say today, though, is the only crime I've seen so far has been the daylight robbery that was the Wagyu beef costing 2,500 yen on a stick.
He's still on
I was
that.
robbed in Kyoto. That should be the title
He's
of this
still
video.
on
Anyway,
that.
rant aside, let's go and have a look at Gion and see what the situation is in the area and the street where people can't film anymore, which is going to make filming this certainly rather interesting. So this is new. There's a sign here sort of warning people what not to do. For
I should
example,
visit
please
this
understand,
place.
Maiko, geisha,
I've
it's a
never
profession.
been.
Have respect. Don't walk around where they work impersonating Maiko for photo ops. Impersonation? I haven't seen that before. I've seen Maiko being chased down the street.
Wait, what? Actually? Huh. That's insane. Is that the equivalent of like New York and like Hollywood people dressing up as characters and then they would like pose for photos and then demand money? Or is it like Instagram stuff?
Photo ops. Impersonation? I haven't seen that before. I've seen Maiko
That's
being
cute.
chased down the street, but never like impersonated. Don't sit on the bridge. Don't sit
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
on the fence, just like we saw several people doing on the bridge moments ago. Clearly the sign is not as effective as people would like. At the heart of Kyoto's over-tourism woes lies Hanamikoji Street, a kilometre-long street instantly recognisable
looks
as
nice.
much for its characterful
Kinda
Ochaya
dig
tea
it.
houses as the many threatening signs that linger on every corner, warning tourists to refrain from photography lest they be fined several thousand yen. As we mentioned at the start of the episode, after several well-publicised incidents of tourists disturbing private property and harassing geisha, a ban has been put in place on many of the private alleyways, prohibiting non-residents from entering. It's time to wander down the street, which is perfectly fine, and see what we can find. And in order to respect the rules, obviously, we won't be filming it, so you're going to have to take my word as gospel.
Right, I'll
Trust
take
me
your
on this
word
one.
for it. I've
So
never
that was
been here.
encouraging. Just took a stroll down Hanamikoji Street, spotted one Maiko, and only saw a handful of folks get their phones out and sneak a photo in. Actually, people were a lot more respectful than previous times that I've had a stroll down that street. So yeah, definitely seems to be a change. So that's a good thing. Very encouraging stuff. Only saw one Maiko get run over in a go-kart.
Wait, who was
Reassured
that?
One Maiko get run over in a go-kart.
Oh, it's up my god.
Reassured by my
Editing
Hanamikoji
like that
Street
kills
stroll,
me.
once again surprised at how oddly peaceful my trip to Kyoto has been so far. We head to the final boss battle, up the mountainside towards the Kiyomizudera Temple and the city's
I've been
ultimate
there.
photo spot along the way. So we're in Higashiyama now, and this is the busiest place
Been there.
in Kyoto, with rickshaws, all the rickshaws. There we go. It is certainly busy, but the approach up to the Yasuka Pagoda can't be beat. What a beautiful view. Oh God, not beef again. Not again. It's It's 1,000 yen here. 2,000 yen for Miyazaki. Fuck, it's 4,000 yen. 4,000 yen for Corby beef.
It better be.
Is it really Corby beef? Do I want to get ripped off again? No, I don't. People come from all over the world to get a photo of Kyoto Starbucks. Made entirely from wood. It's quite the sight. I will say the first time I saw it, I had mixed feelings. I was like, is this the place you want to put a Starbucks? They've made it blend in rather well, and the crowds love it, and that's all that matters.
I've never been there. I think I've seen it, but I've never went inside. I don't really care about Starbucks too much. So I was like, oh, Starbucks. I didn't think it was special.
Well, we've nearly reached the end of our journey, and as we rush up the mountain to the soon-to-be-closing Kiyomizu-dera Temple, I run into Kazu, a viewer who's on holiday in Japan, and who seems to be surprised by the lack of overcrowding on Kyoto's streets this afternoon.
How's it been, like, generally?
Today, I don't know, I felt like a little bit quieter.
Yeah, I found that. It's weird.
I thought like because a lot of people say like a lot of tourist people, but no, it's really comfortable.
Maybe it's Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
Power of Monday.
Really? Is it
and also
really?
rain season.
And rain.
Yeah.
Oh, well, guys, we made it up to the
but-
Kiyomizu-dera Temple, and what a reward. Stunning view. That's
think
really
it
interesting. I just spoke to
matters.
Kazu, a Japanese guy living in the UK, and he's back here on holiday, and he proposed the reason Kyoto was so quiet in June is because it's rainy season. People don't
Rainy
come here.
season,
Which is
I
something
get.
I'd never actually thought of. So what
I
I've
get
learned today
rainy
is,
season,
A,
but
come to
Monday,
Kyoto on a
weekdays,
Monday,
I don't
B,
think that
come to
matters.
Kyoto in June, well, it's quite hot, and C, don't buy
tourists,
the
it doesn't
overpriced
matter,
Wagyu
right?
beef. Never do that. Okay, so here's what
I
we
guess
learned.
like
Japan might
if you were to compare, like, you add in Japanese domestic tourism, and then you have international tourists, like, sure. But I don't know.
Might not be Mad Max meets Mordor after all. Honestly, I expected to be stuck in a literal immovable crowd several times today, and it only happened once. Still, I'd say we came away with 5 useful tips for travellers coming to Japan. Number 1, avoid Kyoto at weekends. It's actually not
Maybe.
too bad on the
I don't
weekdays
know.
we saw
I
and
don't know how I
heard
feel
from the
about this.
shopkeepers wanting more customers. Number 2, Harajuku is still awful. Really quite
Yeah.
awful. I honestly never want to
okay.
go there and eat edible rainbow
didn't go
filth
once.
ever again. But if
Not
I
my
do go
cup of
back,
tea,
God
but,
forbid,
you know.
I'll be sure to take P. You could really tell he was having a great time. Number 3, Asakusa isn't quite as good as I remember. It's a nice district, but during the day it's absurdly overcrowded.
Go once.
If you actually want to feel moved,
Go
maybe
once.
visit one of Tokyo's 4,000 temples and shrines that aren't like a football stadium, or go in the evening after 8 PM when the shops are shut and you can enjoy the Sensoji Temple in a more relaxed atmosphere. Number 4,
once.
Tsukiji Market still rules when it comes to street food.
Yeah.
And actually, the only really overpriced
Tsukiji
thing we
Market's
found
fine.
were the ludicrously priced seafood bowls. And number 5, don't blow all your pocket money on the Wagyu beef at Nishiki Market, but do go to the market itself. It actually turned out to be my favourite of the 5 locations we visited on this trip.
Yeah, I want to go.
Honestly, I
It
wish
made
I
me
could have
want to go
spent all
there.
day standing around drinking reasonably priced sake. But I have to say, I
Made me
came
wanna
back
go.
from this overall investigation reassured that amidst Japan's kind of tourism boom, all 5 of the worst tourist traps in the country are still remarkably bearable. Well, nearly all anyway. And so as we conclude our first episode of a broad investigation, there's only one thing left to say, and that is... case closed. Fuck yeah, that was awesome. Watch your language, too much swearing. Oh yeah, sorry.
He brought it back. Ooh, good video, Chris. Good video. I like your video. Nice. Well, I haven't watched a Chris video in a bit. There's still a lot I have to look up, but yeah, I'll look at it later. Yeah, what else do we? It's already 10. So I can watch like one more thing. Watch one more thing. Oh, Benny posted a short. Oh, what'd you post, Benny?
Divorce is stupid. I hate it.
What are you gonna
So
say
you
to that,
gonna
Benny?
finish your fries?
Bruh, Benny, no. Benny, no. Okay. Speedrunning Akiba. Ooh, I can talk on this. It's already 10 though, so I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can talk on it. We'll watch a little bit. I should go to bed soon. I've been trying to go to bed early. If I stay up past this, like it's. Let me know how you guys feel about like YouTube nights, like chilling, watching YouTube. Let me know how you feel about it. But I think I'll just stop right now. It was fun watching Chris's video. I'll watch another one, like some more, maybe. But that strong suit was kicking. I'm in a good spot right now. Anyway, yeah, that's been me. I'll catch you all later in another one. Bye-bye.